everyone. My name is Olivia Heil. I am trained, we're waking up here. I am trained as an agriculture teacher, but I am homeschooling my kiddos. I have 3 right now. This is the youngest here. My oldest is in that kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade space. We did year 1 this year. We did year 1 this past year, as in we finished up on Monday. Was our last reading. And then I have a preschooler who he's like 3K this year, and he's gonna go into 4K next year, and it gets to start like our co-op, our local co-op, which is cool. So today let's chat about this past school year, the curriculum that we went through, kind of where we're at right now. We did year 1, Ambleside Online. So anyone who's not interested, but not aware or familiar with Ambleside Online, it's a free Charlotte Mason classical curriculum that uses a lot of older books. It's not one of these like whole curriculums made by one mom that came out last year kind of thing. I think it's like 25 years old. And it's online, hence, the name Ambleside Online, but it's not an online curriculum that kids like use the computer for. So it's a schedule of books that you go through. You have Bible, you have literature and tales, you have natural history, which is like your science, you've got your history readings, you've got poetry, and it goes from year 1 to year 12. And that is where we've kind of jumped into that pond this past year, and it has been rewarding. So we finished year 1, except all for like one reading at like the very beginning that I thought it was like a martyr story, and I thought it was a little bit intense for where we're at. And so we've not circled back around to that reading. We might just tack it on to year 2 after kind of this summer break that we're going into. But I'll show you a couple of the reading lists. They can look overwhelming at first, but once you dig in, it's the week and it has what reading you're doing in that book. I have 2 terms in my planner here because I started this in February, so I'm like kind of a-traditional one when I'm starting this undated planner, but or non-traditional, not a-traditional, whatever. Okay, so this is term 3, what we just completed. On Monday we finished 12th Night, which is Shakespeare, but it's a rewrite by Lamb, so it's not like his actual words, right? But it is quality, and it is written pretty intellectually, or I don't know. It's true. It's not a kid's story, but it makes it understandable. If that makes sense at all. But anyway, so you just go through these columns, at least we did, and check it off as you go. And this is term 3, so it's 3 terms. Each term has 12 weeks, and yeah, we're not super rigid in terms of like you have to get these readings done in this week. Sometimes it take 2 weeks or even 3 weeks to finally get to complete those readings in that week based on whatever's going on and our intensity and intentionality with it. Hence, we're stopping. We finished our reading list in July, but we're gonna postpone starting year 2 until August 31st, like beginning of September. This is kind of what it looks like, and I can walk through some of the books, maybe some of the extracurriculum. So you get to pick your math, your phonics. There's a second table here that parses out. I didn't use it for record keeping so much, but you have your daily work that they say is your daily work, and then your weekly work. So this I didn't do like as well, like doing artist study every week, or a foreign language every day. Like that was more hodgepodge together. We did this though, and this is rich. This is providing a quality reading plan to your kids that's not a pop-up, like, I just thought these 5 things are good to read, so here, read them. Like, this is well thought out. And there are several people on the board. Like, it's a collective curriculum that's there. It's available to you for free. Some of the books are available for free online. Like, for example, Viking Tales that we finished reading a section of it for this term was all like easily accessible online. So I just read it. I didn't buy the book this time. I read it online, but I have a handful of the books too. So we mostly did bigger books. So anyway, you pick your add-ons in terms of your math and your phonics curriculum. You could pick your foreign language curriculum, which we didn't do very religiously, though we have a French curriculum, and we've incorporated Hebrew videos working on some biblical language there, or at least that's kind of our interest is based on faith. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. Let's talk about some of the other add-on curriculums. So we ended the year like starting a preschooler on the kindergarten math with confidence. We are just on week 2 kind of thing, because we started it, and now we're gonna take our 5-week break here before we jump back into things in September. Again, this is more like a year-round sort of kind of maybe schooling pattern. We have extra flexibility during the week. So this is the kindergarten workbook that goes along with the teacher book for that one. We've ended the year using Math with Confidence first grade for my 6-year-old, and I like this. It uses the 10 frame as a way of conceptualizing like addition and subtraction, things like that, which I think helped my kiddo with that. So it's the teacher book and then the student book here. Like I've mentioned before, we have used the Life of Fred books. I think this is more scaffolded. So far, I like the Math with Confidence as a whole right now. I feel like it's solid. Yeah, we're kind of new to that series. We've done Saxon in the past with kindergarten for my oldest, where we skipped the calendar and stuff, like the warm-up kind of portion of it, and did the meat of the lesson, and went through that curriculum with her. But I'm switching to kindergarten Math with Confidence for my 2nd kiddo. For phonics, with the 2nd kiddo, we're doing Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. That's what I used for my 1st kiddo. We're kind of in that middle of the way through that book. With my 2nd kiddo, with my 1st kiddo, we have done, we completed the 100 Easy Lessons book. That was kind of our foundation. But then we've done some Phonics Pathways, which we're partway through that book. We've jumped to like some Explode the Code, which has been fun in that it's been more workbook based. So I need to go through and see where we're at, because we just started Explode the Code. I think it's book 4, and I don't think that's part of year 1. That might be going into year 2, but one issue we've run into, I feel like, is the speed at which we go through things doesn't match the rate of learning. So we like go, and then we get to the point where it's like, okay, we need to stop and slow down. Like, we need to divert, go to a different curriculum, work on that for a little while before we can then return. Some of that's an age thing, or just like a reaching our max too fast. Like, maybe I should be going through the curriculum more slowly so that we more naturally get to that age and curriculum matchup place. But anyway, we run into that though. Lately, we've run into it with our spelling. Prior, we've run into it with Phonics Pathways, where it got too hard. So then we switched to Explode the Code for a little while, and then we went back to Phonics Pathways, and then Phonics Pathways made more sense. So we're kind of in that, piecing things together. And I like that. Like, I enjoy that. I want to encourage my children and meet them in a challenging way that they're able to continue on. I don't want to paste them in something that surely they can move more quickly through. I think that gives more time for other things, as long as they're acquiring the content, right? So I don't want them to move so quickly that it doesn't mesh. But I like trying different things and seeing what's gonna work. Curriculum I'm exploring is this McGuffy's Eclectic. The McGuffy readers, I've heard of them, but we've not used them. So this is the primer. This is the first one in the series, and we've experimented a little bit with my second kiddo, but first kiddo is further in it. I think we might read through these for fun. So first kiddo is ahead in her reading ability, and so figuring out like what can we reinforce, what can we, experiment with and play around with that's not like, we're not on a strict budget, budgeted schedule with that per se, if that makes sense. Like we're not pushing her to be at a 6th grade reading level now. We're just, we want to support where she's at, but also have fun with it and go from there. That was phonics, that was math we talked about, math, phonics, and then I can show you, this is Explode the Code number 4, and my kiddo is getting frustrated with the size of the words to fit on a line. Here, so we're reaching kind of a ceiling with this one right now, so I might pivot for a while, return back to it, kind of like the Phonics Pathways. This was my first kiddo's writing book. We've started, this kind of process with my second kiddo, and I need to order him a fresh book of that. One thing about the Ambleside Online curriculum, there's recitation, so scriptures you can work on, and poems. So we've done more memorization of the poems, and we've done some scriptures, handwriting, using that as copywork. This is the Phonics Pathways book that I mentioned. It's not super thick, but it's a phonics curriculum, and you read through it. Okay, so it's not a workbook based like the Explode the Code is. We can run through some of the books we read from in year 1 of Ambleside Online. So this was our Tales from Shakespeare, Falls of Mary Lamb. We finished The Twelfth Night, which is our most recent Shakespeare in year 1. Okay, this is our island story. So this is British history in story format, which is really fun. So it's not like factual. That's not factual, but it's not history as you would think history is traditionally taught, like by dates and times and all that stuff. Like these are stories, which is great. Blue Fairy book. So we didn't like go through all this. So they're readings from these books, and I think we continue on in our island story for year 2. Parables from Nature. Read some readings out of here. Again, not the whole book, but reading from the book. Just So stories. I think we went through this entire book. Each of these readings are they're not free reads, meaning that they are narrations. So we discuss I try to get her to narrate by saying like 3 things about the reading that she remembers, something like that. Sometimes I ask more questions, prompt, turn it into more of a discussion, like the Aesop for children. She's really good at narrating these very sequentially short stories. These are good. Longer readings take some skill building, right? We're still doing that. So Trial and Triumph. Now we are 6 all the way through. Here, Burgess Book for Children. This one, we went through like chapter 16 or something. For this one, you can choose. Yeah, we finished through 15. They allow you to choose a chapter. We just did it sequentially when it's listed in the readings, or there, once you get to a certain point with that. Buffalo Bill was one of the De Allaire, if I'm saying this correctly, or saying that name, last name correctly. One of our books, there was also George Washington and Benjamin Franklin for first year 1. James Harriet, Treasury for Children. That's what it is. I was looking at my bookshelf because I didn't grab it. We also had Paddle to Sea, which we finished Paddle to Sea. Should have finished James Harriet's Treasury for Children. I have to make sure that all of the chapters on the reading list like completed the book, because we just read a chapter when it's listed, so you don't really like think of it as reading chronologically, you just read the section. So again, like with some books, with just those stories, we probably finished all of this one, but then others like Trial and Triumph, like we didn't finish all these, and this may continue into year 2 as well. So it's not like a fresh set of books for every year. Perhaps, I mean, we're pretty new to it, so it's hard to say. Here are Life of Fred books. If you're interested in these are fun story-based math curricula. Some may use it as an add-on. Some may use it as their primary math curricula. But here you go. Here's Butterflies. I think I made it through both of these. And then we got the third book, which is Cats. I'll show you. It's fun. First one was Apples and Butterflies, and this one is Cats. We haven't started this one yet. There's a certain number of them that are designated for elementary, but that is also a full curriculum that goes all the way up to like high school calculus and stuff, like college even. I think calculus going and pushing into college for that curriculum. So if that works for your kiddo, that could be an option if they really thrive in that. My second kiddo, he's starting his handwriting. We've prioritized reading first before handwriting, which is cool, like in that some kids might not have the same like written or hand coordination or whatever. That's what I've heard, you know, so you can start separately, so you don't have to start reading education and handwriting education at the same time. You can start reading before. There are 2 other poem books, I believe. Was the other Milne poem book, as well as, or Milne, how is his name? And then Stevenson. I think it was Stevenson, poem book by Stevenson was like the first term. We didn't finish that one before we got to the second term. We have not religiously done a poem a day, but that's what's on the reading list. We are going into the summertime. We're taking this chunk of time before co-op starts, and then we officially start the rest of our school August, September. We're going to do some violin over the summer, violin fiddle. We signed up for an online course with that. I've not been consistent with it, but it'd be a neat habit to get in our system here. Let's see, other things to do this summer are like art projects, cooking projects, going into year 2 readings, first grade math, and a hodgepodge of phonics for my oldest in the fall. My 4K guy will continue in his phonics, the 100 easy lessons, the second half of that book. He will continue in the kindergarten math, which I like how it's beginning so far. We're new to the kindergarten math confidence. So that's been a good start. So I hope you all have a great summer. Get some rest. We're gonna relax our schedule a bit, and see you in the fall.